Welcome, amazing one, and let's solve this beautiful geometry puzzle together. We are given a right triangle ABC, its right angles are B, and inscribed is a circle such that the circumference is touching this part of the right triangle at T. Length AT measures 6 units, length TC measures 10 units. And the question is asking us to find the area of the triangle ABC. Is this something you can do? Don't worry, I will take you through it step by step. It's just so easy. Now remember that for you to find the area of this triangle, it's just for us to quickly take the length of this BC, multiply it by the height, which is AB, and whatever result we have, you divide by 2. For doing this, it gives you the area of triangle ABC. But the question is, do we know this length BC? Do we know length BC? Do we know length AB? Until we find this length, then we can now find the area. Let me show you how to get them step by step. Now, what you need to do in this type of question is to quickly remember this theorem. And what does the theorem state? It states if I have a circle drawn and there are two tangent lines drawn to touch each other at a point, we say that these two tangent lines are equal and it obeys your tangent and the tangent theorem. So we have it this way. Now, how does this theorem help us? In this diagram, remember that this line BC is a tangent line to the circle because it's touching the circumference at a point. Line AC is also a tangent line. It's touching the circumference at this point T. And then line AB is also a tangent line as it touches the circumference at this point. In that case, we can apply this theorem. Now look at this carefully. Did you spot where we can apply this theorem here? You observe fully well that this length, you have been told that from here to here is C. It means that we can also get something from this place. So we can label this place where it touches the circumference. Let's label it point N. Now, what did you observe? You observe that from here to here is your tangent. So this length NC must be equal to length TC, obeying this tangent theorem. In that case, if from here to here is 10, it means that from here to here should also be 10 units. Now, what should we do next? You observe that we can also establish this theorem at this upper part. Did you observe that? You will notice that length AT should be equal to, watch where the circle touches. This is the point of tangency, just like what you have here. So it means that this length, so we can label this length. Let's label this point P. It means that length AP is going to be the same with length AT, and that will give us 6 units. Obeying this theorem, what should we do next? Our target is to find the whole length BC and then the whole length AB. So what should we do next? We can say that this length from P to B, let's label it X. So this length is labeled X units. And if this is true, what did you observe? You observed that this theorem is also seen at this point. Just watch. Did you see it? You see that this theorem is seen at this part of this shape. To apply this theorem here, it means that this length PB should be equal with length BN, and in that case, it's going to be X units. It means the whole of this length AB is going to give us 6 plus X will give us X plus 6 units. Now, if you go to length BC, it also means that we have found the whole length BC, and that is the whole length is giving us X plus 10. So what should we do with this information? This whole length is also the same as, add this to, it gives you 16. Observe that these are the 3 sides of a right triangle. And each time you work with the sides of a right triangle, remember to use your Pythagorean's theorem. Bringing out the right triangle out, we can adjust this. So this is what we have. So we have this shape drawn this way. This length measures X plus 10. Here is C, here is B. This one measures x plus 6, and this whole length measures 16 units. Now, remember that since you're working with the three sides, we said you apply your Pythagorean's theorem. And to apply Pythagorean's theorem, just observe that the longest side of this is the side that is directly opposite to the right angle. And this is the longest side. Square the longest side. So it's going to be 16 squared is equal to the square of these two legs summed. So it gives us x plus 6 squared, then plus x plus 10 all squared. Now, what should we do next? We simplify. 16 squared will give us 256 is equal to expand this, just remember that for every a plus b all squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Now, we are going to apply this identity on this, and that gives us x squared plus 2 times 6 times x, then plus 6 squared, then bring down your addition sign. For this, we have x squared plus 2 times x times 10, then plus 10 squared. Let's keep simplifying. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for always choosing to learn through us. If you love what to do, why not subscribe for the more you get? Make sure notification bell is on because you get updates from us every day. Don't forget to also like and share. Thank you, and let's keep doing this to have. This gives us 256 is equal to x squared plus, for this we multiply, and that will give us 12x plus 6 squared will give us 36 plus x squared. So we have x squared. For this we multiply, and that will give us 20x. Then 10 squared will give us 100. Let's keep simplifying. This will give us 256 is equal to, add this two, it gives you 2x squared. Add this two, it gives you 32x. Add this two, it gives you 136. So what should we do? We are going to, you observe that this is leading you to quadratic because the highest power of x is 2. So let's simplify for easy solving. So let's take this to the right side. You are going to subtract since it's positive. So you subtract from both sides. And when you do that, subtract this is 0 is equal to, this will give us 2x squared plus 32x. Subtract this, it gives us negative 120. We keep simplifying. Let's reduce it more. So we divide both sides by 2, divide by 2. When you do that, we have 0 is equal to, this will give us x squared, this will give us 16x, this will give us 60. So this means that x squared plus 16x plus 60 is equal to 0. Now at this point, you can use any method to solve, but we are going to use the formula method. Let me show you how to use the formula methods to solve. Just remember that using the formula, x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Applying this formula, remember that from here, your a is the coefficient of x squared, which is 1. Your b is the coefficient of s, which is positive 16. And your c is this constant, which is 60. Plug this in the formula. We are going to now have x is equal to negative of 16 plus or minus square root of 16 squared minus 4 multiplies a is 1 multiplied by b, c is 60. So we keep simplifying. Our c here, this number here is negative, so we have negative 60. This is negative. Here is also giving us negative. So it means that our c is negative 60. So let's plug it rightly, and that's going to give us minus 4 multiply 1 minus negative 60 divided by 2 times our a is 1. We keep solving. We have x is equal to negative 16 plus or minus square root of 16 squared gives us 256 Multiply negative 4 times 1 times negative 60 gives us positive 240 and is divided by 2 times 1 will give us 2. Keep solving. We now have x is equal to negative 16 plus or minus square root of, add this up, it gives us 496, then divided by 2. Keep solving. What should we do next? We quickly get the square root of this. So we can easily do it this way. And that will give us 2 here is 2. 2 in 9 is 4, remaining 1, 8. 2 here will give us 124. 2 will give us 62. 2 will give us 31. 31 is a prime number, so 31 divides 1. We want to find the square root. So let's group, let's pair. Take 1. Take 1. Let's multiply these ones. This one cannot be paired. So in that case, you have 2 times 2 gives you 4. So quickly we have x is equal to negative 16 plus or minus. Square root of this is giving us 2 times 2, 4 root 31. And then is divided by 2. Keep solving. We are going to now have, so this gives us x is equal to, this is the same as negative 16 divided by 2 plus or minus 4 root 31 divided by 2. 2 here is 1, 2 is negative 8, 2 is 1, 2 here is 2. So we have x is equal to negative 8 plus or minus 2 root 31. So let's take it to this part. The first x value will give us negative 8 plus 2 root 31. And if you simplify this, you see it gives you a positive result. Then we have the second x value is x is equal to negative 8 minus 2 root 31. Simplifying this, you see, is going to give you a negative result. And because the x is side of a shape, we are going to reject this and accept this value of x. Now that we have found the value of x, what should we do? We are going to replace it back in the shape so that we can now find the area. Let me take you through that. So remember, we have, substituting this x value in this side, we are going to have length AB is going to be x plus 6. So it's going to be, our x is this. We have negative 8 plus 6, then plus 2 root 31. So if you simplify that, we are going to now have length AB is equal to, add this up, it gives you negative 2 plus 2 root 31. And this is the same as 2 root 31 minus 2. Now let's take length BC. It's going to give us length BC is equal to x plus 10. So x is this, and that gives us negative 8 plus 10, then plus 2 root 31. Simplify, this will give us 2 plus 2 root 31, which is the same as 2 root 31 plus 2. So this is for length BC. Now that we have found this length, it means that the diagram now looks this way. Now to find the area, remember we said is to multiply these two lengths and divide by 2. Let's do it together. Area of triangle is equal to BC, which is 2 root 31 plus 2, multiplied by AB, 2 root 31 minus 2, and then divided by 2. For the numerator, what do you do? Let's quickly multiply this. Just remember, A plus B into A minus B is the same as A squared minus B squared. This is your difference of two squares. And if you look at this, you see that this is of this form. So quickly, it means that this is going to be 2 root 31 squared minus 2 squared. Keep solving. Remember, you divide by 2. It means that the area is equal to, for this it means that 2 will be squared and root 31 will also be squared, minus 2 squared is 4 divided by 2. Keep solving. Area is equal to 2 squared is 4 multiplied by this square, we cancel the square root, we have 31. Then minus 4 is divided by 2. Let's simplify. This will give us area is equal to, we can factor 2 out. This will give us 2 multiplied by 31 minus 2, then divided by 2. These two will cancel out. So we are going to have area is equal to 2 times 31 will give us 62 minus these 2. And when you subtract this, it gives us area is equal to 60 squared units. And that is our answer. And I hope you really learned something. Don't forget to tell us how much. I'll also be curious to see your own method. Thank you for always choosing to learn through us. Don't forget to like and share. I hope to see you in my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye.